test, 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 test. Can you hear me now? I hope you can. Can you update me? Can everybody hear me now? رأيت إيفا منزل؟ We're
Yeah,
check.
تمام.
Okay, now you can hear me. That's good. That's good. I'll make it as loud as I can. So sorry for sound issues at the beginning. So what I did was I copied the original contract. I pasted it here in in Remix as a Solidity code to launch and test environment, so we don't have to work. We tried this already on Rinkeby and it works. That means the same issue is on the main network. So one thing I changed in the contract was I changed 1 hours to 1 seconds, so we don't have to wait so long time until we get our issue solved. It doesn't change anything in the contract, it just fastens things up. So here is our outstanding balance. We can check it. So at the moment we are at 0.6 Ethereum, but we are waiting until we reach 2 Ethereum, which should be result of 2x of our initial investment amount, which was 1 Ethereum. So we are expecting to see 2 Ethereum return. But the issue is here that I'm trying to explain is somebody early can invest 100 Ethereum, which pretty much is true after reviewing their initial starting transactions in the first days. There was more than 500 Ethereum invested. So here I'm doing the math. 100 Ethereum, that means is approximately 0.25% an hour, which is approximately 6% per day. So that means your return of investment is 17 days, right? So we'll write down that approximately at the moment of our test in the contract there was 3,200 Ethereum. So from here we can understand that somebody went into the contract, they are doing absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. They just have their 100 Ethereum and they left it for, I would say, a year. But let's say for a year, that would be a good number for us. So that means 365 days a year would result in 6%. That means 2,190% per year, right? And so if we have 2,190% times 100 Ethereum, that is 2,190 Ethereum. That would be their outstanding balance after a year for the first persons invested. It doesn't matter if it's an admin or if it's just an investor. The persons who went in early can accumulate such a large percentage in no time. And to prove this concept, we are still waiting for the contract to run. We can see that we are already reaching our initial investment, which is 1 Ethereum, and the contract should stop at 200, right? To limit the max percentage that a user can have. And that would completely dissolve our findings, right? But if the contract allows to invest 100 Ethereum and it doesn't limit it at 200 Ethereum, that means that you can invest 100 Ethereum and it can turn out in 1 year as 2,190 Ethereum. If we see the balance at the moment at our testing time was 3,200 Ethereum, that means that in approximately one, not, let's give it like 420 days, there is a one single person who can withdraw 3,200 Ethereum. A single person can withdraw all Ethereum laying in the contract, leaving everybody else on the contract with no Ethereum to withdraw. We already did tests what happens if somebody tries to withdraw amount of Ethereum that he has earned in his percentage, in his return of the investment, but there's no Ethereum in the contract and the transaction will fail. That means that the first guy who gets to withdraw the whole pot will get all the Ethereum and nobody else who is in the contract can withdraw anything because there's one person who can withdraw all Ethereum laying in the contract. And at the moment, the only thing we are waiting for is the proof of our concept to show you that we can accumulate more than 2 Ethereum. Actually, we can accumulate unlimited amount of percentage. So our 1 Ethereum, if I would leave my computer on for one night, come back, I would have approximately 20 to 30 Ethereum just in one night. That means that over time, this contract has a false point, and any user in any time with enough of accumulated payout amount can withdraw all the assets from the contract. So for this moment, we just have to wait until I can prove my concept by seeing the numbers. And I hope cryptomaniacs fully understand what I'm showing here and how the math works here. I do acknowledge their audit on the contract, and I feel a bit disappointed how bad it was done due to these two bugs, 1% admin fee and the second bug with this issue with unlimited withdrawal percentage, that they are doing audit in a manner that they are paying attention to detail. And going back and forth saying projects are scam and then going back, it's not how you do business around the world. So the same thing happened to our contract. They said it's good, then they said it's a scam, then they said it's good. So we as a CMT team, we decided to take a look ourselves to be sure that the things we are doing are proper. And this is the result of it. We have to overlook everything that other people are doing, and that's a life lesson here. So let's follow up with the numbers. And of course, we will apply our findings to promised, like, kā viņi saucās? Crypto mine, ne, kā viņi bija? Right, nosaukums viņiem.
Tieši kas?
Kā sauc? Crypto. So we will apply our findings to Cryptomaniacs reward program for 1 Ethereum, and if they find the same thing we have found on this contract, we are promising to give this 1 Ethereum as our gift to our community, funding for marketing, just to support our community as they support us. And here we start to move closer to the number I'm waiting. We are at 1.6 Ethereum, and once we go over 2.0 Ethereum, my concept is proven. Whoever doesn't believe me can open the steps I showed you how to load contract in Solidity to test it and see how far you can go. And the second thing is we already tested this on Rinkeby test network, and this has proven that it is the same issue on blockchain. And the issue lies in a simple matter of bad practice on coding, is that they are checking in the wrong place these doublification method. They are not doing in a proper manner, and when the withdrawal actually happens, there is no check if there actually is a double investment value or more, and it doesn't work, and you can bypass it in any day, and this gives early investors, also developers, admins, or whoever, possibility to over time accumulate enough percentage to withdraw 10, even hundreds, or even thousands times more Ethereum that they have ever put into the contract. And there is no mathematical logics that prevent this. There is no accumulation around token prices or anything. There's no limitation, so pretty much time here dictates everything. So we are at 1.8 Ethereum. We are closing to our margin. So just few more seconds to see the actual result here. So, Righties, do I have any questions from the chat that we need to discuss?
Nav, viss normāli. Viņi retranslē savā kanālā.
Okay, good. For all the viewers, hi, this is Crypto MinerToken team with Myers, my partner, helping hand with the contracts and all the logics. And give him a hi, give me a hi. And we don't need your likes, we don't need your subscriptions. We're not a social media team. We are a development team that try to do our work better or for worse. But we are coming up with our own version of such contract with a different spin on it, and you will see it within this week or beginning of next week. So stay tuned. Don't spend all your ether elsewhere. Save it, because our contract, as the same as with CMT, is above any other contract, because we pay attention to every single detail to prevent scamming, to prevent all the asset losses, and that's our goal here. And here we should see that yes, and now I checked my balance, and you can see that this number translates already to 2.04 Ethereum. That means I can withdraw at this moment more Ethereum than there is in the contract, and I can also withdraw more than 200% of my earnings. So I can do it for unlimited amount. So if I just keep waiting, the number is going to go up, up, up until I reach the number that's almost high as the value in the contract. Then I do a withdrawal, and the contract is empty, and I have all the assets in my bank account. Thank you. This was Crypto Miners team. Head down to our contract, see it yourself. Crypto Miner cloud. MinerToken.cloud. A bit nervous at the moment. So MinerToken.cloud. Come join us, say hi in the chat, check out what we do. Maybe you like our concept and you want to take part of it. But at this moment, it's been Compots with you. I'm the CMT senior developer with my partner Ratis, and we will move forward from here. I hope you have solved the actual issue with the X2 contract rather than 1% admin fee or whatever. I hope you make your decisions correctly, where to put your money. But for tonight, thank you. Bye till the next time.